Well, it's a brand new day. Welcome to the Rundown with Ramon. My name is Ramon Ray, publisher of zoneofgenius.com, and you're in for a treat today. You know what time it is. All we ask is 30 minutes of your time to get the top 10 tips that you need to build your best life, build your business, from personal business to finance, money, and more, and mindset. That's what we do here at the Rundown with Ramon, helping you be the best person that you can be. So welcome to another edition of the Rundown with Ramon. As we get with it, we got some cool 10 tips, 10 bits of insight to help you grow your business or just live your best life. Because let's face it, business and life are oftentimes intertwined indeed. So I hope you're excited. I'm sure excited. Want to send me information, want to be a part of the show, got some comments, got some insights, got some tips for me, got some ways we can do things better, got some insight, just DM me on Instagram, my channel of choice. DM me on Instagram, Ramon Ray Smart Hustle, as we dive into the Rundown with Ramon. Are you ready? Well, I am. Here we go. Ding, 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 ding. Paper to-do list, the pros and cons of paper or not. There's a raging debate happening in the world. Is it paper or is it digital or is it both? I know some of you are paper people. Some of you are digital people. Sam Altman, OpenAI CEO, is who's in the midst of some fame in recent days. It finds out, I think it was, the headline is that he's kind of a paper guy, an old-fashioned paperless guy. And I don't think that's bad. I don't think, in fact, there is a right and a wrong, paper or not, but I think it's something interesting to figure out. And when I look through this article written by, I always want to give credit, Jessica Stillman, a contributor at Inc., talks about, I highly recommend using lists. Altman wrote in his blog, I make lists of what I want to accomplish each year, each month, each day. Lists are very focusing. Now, I have lists as well. In fact, right here to my left, I still have my old 2020 goals written down. So I wonder, what kind of person are you? Are you a person that believes we have to do paper? DM me on Instagram. Let me know. Ramon Ray Smart Hustle. Type the word paper. Let me know if you're like a paper person, old school, written notes, pencil, pen. Or you're like, nah, Ramon, I can go with some digital stuff. You know, some of you may be having one of those fancy scribble pads that people use. Maybe you want to do it in your phone notes. Frankly, I don't know if it matters so much as long as you use something. As long as you're using something, whether you're using paper, whether you're digital. Now, I must say, the tactile feel of paper sometimes can have an edge, I think, over digital. People now do say for sure, when you're in a meeting and you're taking notes, instead of kind of looking down at your keyboard and typing, that may look a bit rude, a bit unnerving. It's nice to kind of take a note with your hand. It just looks a bit better. But I will leave the vote up to you, America. Let's have a vote today. Paper? DM me on Instagram, Ramon Ray Smart Hustle paper. Or is it digital for you? DM me on Instagram, digital. Let me know what you think. Paper versus digital. Paper versus digital. To me, I'll tell you what kind of person I am. I use both, frankly. I have a notepad here. I'll pull it out right here. I have several notepads, in fact, for different things. I have a notepad here. Got this from my friend Phil M. Jones of exactly what to say. So I write notes in here. I have a well-worn pad that I have, in fact, right here. So I'm a notepad person, especially sitting at my desk and talking to people. Sometimes I find notes better. But my phone, I have no problem putting notes in, self-notes. I'm on the train, on a plane, in an Uber. I sometimes use the notepad function on my phone and write notes to myself and notes about things. So the question is, people, which kind of person are you as we go forward with the Rundown with Ramon? Ding, 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 ding. Microsoft goes deeper into AI everywhere. I thought this was interesting. Another article from our friends here, Inc. Thought it was interesting that Microsoft wants to add an AI button to its new crop of keyboards. Listen, this is not the greatest news of the day. This is not something that's going to make you go, woo! This is not something life transformative, but I thought it was interesting how quickly AI is being embedded into our technology, into our society, into our productivity stream. AI is popping, AI is growing, and I'm a firm believer in it. I think it's a powerful tool that we can all use, but I do caution you. Always, you want to be the master of technology and have it be your slave. Have it be the tool that you can use. Be very careful if you're using technology in such a way that you're finding that it's controlling you. So I just something to be careful of, that you want to make sure it's a tool that you can use and not that it's a tool that uses you, that you find it's controlling you, that you don't want so much. What do you think? I'm curious, is that something that you kind of struggle with? Do you struggle with how you're using technology? Are you finding that you're using it so much that it's overwhelming you? We can get into that trap. And that's something to consider, because an overuse of technology is not so good. But using technology is good in a way, because it makes us more productive, helps us save time and more. So I think it's something to think about, how we're leveraging the power of technology in our businesses, in our day-to-day lives. Is it using it too much, or is it using it as a tool, the appropriate tool that it could be for us? What do you say? Me, I know I can use technology a bit too much. But I think that also using it right is a good thing for society and for all of us. Ding, 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 ding. Here's an interesting article. 3 questions every business owner needs to answer. I challenge you with this, and something written by Itiken Tank. 3 questions every business owner needs to answer, as they're quoting here from the Harvard Business Review. These might seem like simple questions to pose, but in reality, they're more complex and should be analyzed with an ample dose of scrutiny and self-awareness. Below are 3 specific strategies for digging deeper and finding what works best for you. Question number 1 to ask, as you're thinking about being competitive: how can you set meaningful goals? Listen, it says meaningful goals, not just goals, but meaningful goals. Number 2, what kind of lifestyle do you want? This is important to keep in mind. Do you want a jet? Do you want a mansion? Do you want 5 Bentleys? Do you want 1 Honda SCRV? What kind of lifestyle do you want as you're seeking to grow your business and take it to the next level? It's a question you should ask. It's a question you should consider. Number 3, what is your competitive edge? What do you do different? What do you do best than everybody else? That's a fair question to ask, because once you dial this in, once you get this right, it sets you at a different position. Now, I know life is not as simple as 3 questions. I know that. I know life is not that simple, Ramon. Just answer 3 questions, things will be fine. Of course not. But I think sometimes, in fairness, it is the simple things in life. It is the simple things in life that might be good to consider. You can boil down things sometimes into its simplest components. So I encourage you to ask yourself, what are some of the simple questions you need to answer for your life to get to where you need to be? What are the simple things? We make things so complicated sometimes, but I'm a firm believer in saying, you know what? Sometimes complexity is not so good. Sometimes it's better to be simple, and not make things so overly complicated. What kind of person are you, by the way? I'm curious. Do you find yourself being a person sometimes that makes things a bit more complicated than it need to be? Or do you find yourself a person that, no, you like to keep things simple? There's no judgment on this. It really depends on what kind of person are you, complicated or simple. I don't know. That's a question for you to answer. Answer it to me if you want. Answer it to the screen. But what kind of person are you? And again, welcome. This is The Rundown with Ramon. My name is Ramon Ray, publisher, owner of Genius.com, started 5 companies, sold 3 companies. Here, bringing you, all we ask is about 30 minutes of your time to give you the top 10 things you need to know to live a better life or build a better business. And I'm so glad you're here with me today. Ding, 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 ding. Let's step up to the next tip on the Rundown with Ramon. Habits and routines are absolutely critical, says my friend John Rampton, founder of calendar.com. Routines are important. And why are routines important? Why does it say, therefore, accomplish the following through a routine reset? Jonathan Rampton says life will inevitably throw you curveballs. Sometimes routines can get outdated. So what do we do? How do we do this is the question that John Rampton asked. And I think it's a very valid question. Combat stress and anxiety. A significant stressor is uncertainty. Number 2, boost productivity and focus. Improve sleep quality through routine resets. Increase your aspect of self-awareness. Prioritize self-care. John goes forward and says, building your mental wellness toolkit. Start small and celebrate big. Listen to your body. Incorporate relaxation into your schedule. Embrace movement. Get restful sleep. Hey, listen here, not just sleep. John Rampton saying what? Get restful sleep. He goes on here and talks about nourish your mind and soul, connecting with others, prioritizing your to-do list, embracing nature, keeping track of your social media usage, practicing gratitude. As my friend Glenn Lundy says, when's the last time you've DM'd someone and said, thank you? When's the last time you reached out to someone and said, thank you? When's the last time you reached out to somebody and made a connection with them? When's the last time you did that? I'm challenging you today. I'm talking to you. I'm calling you out today. This is how you live your best life. This is how you live the life that you want. It's by routines. It's by making a difference. You can't manufacture your life if you don't manufacture your life. You're only going to get back in life the results you put in. You can't expect to plant an orange seed and get back an apricot seed. It doesn't work that way. And I know you probably know that. Listen, everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This is The Rundown with Ramon. I'm so glad you're watching. But we want to help you live your best life or grow your business. If you're just tuning in, glad you are here today. Let's move on with the next tip. Ding, 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 ding. And the next tip is top 10 lessons Jason Duncan learned. Jason Duncan, a friend of mine, is a business coach. If you know him, say hi to him. And it's some interesting things that he learned that I thought could be quite appropriate to us. Number 1 lessons he learned over the past 12 months, he says, trust but verify. Trust but verify. Thought that was interesting, and we heard that and know that. Temper your ambitions. I don't think this means you should not be ambitious, but I do think what Jason is saying is maybe you need to temper them, evaluate them, recognize the poison of self-consciousness. Caring too much about what others think can be a silent poison that affects our choices and happiness. This is so true, people. So true. Thinking about what others think. Think about that for a minute. Do you fall into that category? Sometimes can you get kind of unfocused about and think too much? What do other people think? I know I can fall into that trap. It's not good, and it is a trap. Appreciate the importance of leverage in business relationships. Discover the power in exercising your true purpose. Harness the power of mindset. That mind is so powerful, and we should be harnessing it each and every single day. Harnessing the power of your mind. Value the importance of financial reporting and overcome the thief called, what's the thief called? Worry. Many of us worry too much. Especially we worry too much about things we can't control. That was from Jason Duncan. You can find him, I think, on Instagram and other places at The Real Jason Duncan. Again, my name is Ramon Ray. If you're just joining me, glad you're here today on The Rundown with Ramon. All I ask is 30 minutes of your time to help you live your best life or grow your business better. I started 5 companies, sold 3 companies, authored 5 books, and I'm glad you're here today so we can grow together, grow our businesses, or just be better fathers, better mothers, better uncles, better aunts, better kids, better students, better humans in this world, this interconnected world that we live in. Ding, 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 ding. Next tip, number 6, every action has a reaction. You may be saying right now, Duh, Ramon. We didn't need to run down with Ramon to share that with us. Well, I'm glad you asked, and maybe you didn't, but hearing from my friend Seth Godin may give you some interesting perspectives of this. Here's what Seth Godin says, and I think it's always insightful what Seth Godin says. Frederick Lewis Donaldson created a list of 7 social sins that were soon popularized by Gandhi. 100 years later, it's more relevant and more urgent than ever. Here's what Seth is postulating. Wealth without work. Pleasure without conscience. You know what? Maybe that deserves some music. I don't know if I have music to play with this. Let's see how this sounds. Let's see. Yeah. Let me start that list again. I think we can get some music with that. Wealth without work. Pleasure without conscience or consciousness. Knowledge without character. Commerce without morality. Science without humanity. Religion without sacrifice. Politics without principle. Interesting. I'm not sure the music taste was so good. If you have better choices of music for me, let me know. I'd be glad to consider your music. But don't lose sight of the principle. Seth Godin finishes in here and says, when we create these imbalances, we pay for them. The balance is important. We all want politics. We need politics, as it were, to run society. But do we have principle with it? We all want to believe in science. I get it. But what about the human aspect of it, says Seth Godin, who always writes and shares some interesting stuff. Again, my name is Ramon Ray. Thanks for joining me here on the Rundown with Ramon. I hope you're enjoying it. Let's get up. I think this is tip number 7. Ding, 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 ding. Do true friends have confrontations? I don't know. You tell me. DM me on Instagram, Ramon Ray Smart Hustle. Let me know. Do your best friendships have confrontations? Or do your best friendships, are they more peaceful and there's no problem at all? I don't know. You tell me how it is. But Wall Street Journal writes, who's the writer here to give the writer credit, written by Elizabeth Bernstein, says, it can feel risky to confront a pal. We're not used to doing it, and it's scary to be vulnerable. Friends aren't tied to us by blood like family or an oath like a spouse. We worry they can easily walk away. And I think the writer, Elizabeth, here is right. With my wife, I can be a bit more vulnerable and open. She's not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. Till death do us part. I've been married to her 30 years. We're going to be tied to the hip for life. But my friend, my buddy, they can maybe walk away. I can offend them so much they may decide not to be my friend. So the question is, if you're really a friend, is it okay to have confrontations? Should you even have confrontations? I don't have the answer for that. It's something to think about. We're also more likely to lose a friendship if we don't address a problem, the article goes on. Take a breath, says the article. What she's saying here in this article, which I think is interesting, is that it's okay to be upset. You can use these feelings to motivate you to address the issue, but don't respond while you're fired up. Assess your feelings first. Is this a friend that you care about and want to keep in your life? If so, speak up. Practice what to say before confronting your friend, before running in the room and saying, Melissa. Before doing that, step back, think about it. Hey, Melissa, I was really bothered when you spilled the milk and didn't apologize. Let me try. When you spilled the milk and didn't apologize, I was really upset. I was really upset. You spilled the milk and you didn't apologize. What's the best way to say it? I don't know. But the point is, it's something to consider. How should you be saying it? Practice it. This is interesting. This is good stuff. Invite your friend to talk. Say, yo, girlfriend, yo, dude, what's up? Let's meet at the Starbucks, at Chipotle, at Wawa, at the favorite coffee shop, Dunkin' Donuts, what have you, and let's hash this out. What do you think? And I want to hear from you on this. What do you think? DM me on Instagram, Ramon Ray Smart Hustle. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about these principles. Is this something you would suggest? What have you done with your friendships? Be honest, says the article. Be honest, but don't be mean. Listen well and take responsibility. So I think it's interesting, and my vote would be my guidance to you today. If you have a true friend, my vote, yeah, you should talk about things. You should confront things. It doesn't have to be done in a mean way or a nasty way. But I think if you have a true friend and you're not confronting it, you're not saying anything, that's not so cool. Hey, everybody, again, my name is Ramon Ray. This is The Rundown with Ramon. I'm the publisher of zoneofgenius.com. Started 5 companies, sold 3 companies, authored 5 books, and I'm glad you're here today, especially those of you who may be just tuning in. Glad you're here today. Ding, 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 ding. Let's get up with the next tip of the day. Tip number 8, can you get fired from the company you founded? We all may have seen the news of founders who've been fired from their companies. And it just goes to be seen, go to be explored, go to be extrapolated. I like to use big words, even I don't know half the words I'm saying. But the question is, yeah, you can be fired from the company you founded. So how can you prevent this, though? For us smaller businesses, read the fine print. Read the legal agreements. Make sure it makes sense what the legal agreements are saying. You know what I'm saying? So make sure about the shares and who has voting rights, if you have a board of directors or not, who has voting power, veto power, what control you have, what control you don't have. If you're fired, what do you get, what don't you get? All those things are important when you consider, can you be fired from your own company? And I think the answer to some degree is probably yes. Depends on how you've structured your business, how you've structured the deal. So if you don't want to be fired from your own company and you want to stay there for life, although I don't know if anybody does, make sure you get a good lawyer or 2 or 3 to review the legal agreements, review what the governance agreement is, review what the quote unquote, this is the layman's term, firing policy is. Because yeah, if you don't do this right, well, you probably can get fired from your company. What do you think about that? Hey, everybody. Going to our next tip of the day. Ding, 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 ding. What is SCORE and how can I help your business? I want to give a shout out to the good people at SCORE. Score.org, score.org is a free service, quasi-government service, U.S. government, which gives free consulting to small businesses. I've used them for many, many years, and you should too. Often I'm hit up by people, Ramon, can you mentor me? Well, probably not. Mentorship is something I do very personal. I know the person, and it happens very naturally. It's not, hey, Ramon, can you be my mentor? And I can apply to be your mentor. But SCORE is it's a great organization for every business owner that's just trying to start up, doesn't really know what you want to do. For that small business has an idea, you're trying to take it from idea to profitable business. You maybe have a full-time day job and you want to start a business. Maybe you just started your business, so you're not sure really what you're doing. Check out SCORE, score.org. I've used them and I encourage you to as well. No, this is not what you call those ads, ASP, those ads that the government does, brought to you by so-and-so, say whatever ads. This is not that. I like SCORE and I wanted to give them a shout out. All right, everybody. Ding, 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 ding. Moving forward, what is a profit and loss statement? This is important. I'm reading this from hiscox.com's blog. What is a profit and loss statement? A profit and loss statement, financial reporting, has income, expenses, and net income. Income is the total amount of money that's coming into your business. Really important. Expenses are all the things that you expend from your business to make it work. Your rent is an expense. Paying for the ingredients for brownies is an expense. Anything your business is sending out to pay for something, including your quote unquote COGS, cost of goods sold. Then there's the net income. Now subtract your expenses from your income. This gives you the net income, which is the amount you have left over after you paid your expenses. If it's a positive number, you made a profit. If it's a negative number, you haven't. Now, keep in mind, is this the expenses after you paid yourself or before you paid yourself? I should say the income. So all those things should be considered. But I do encourage you to look at something different. Shout out to my friend Mike McCallowitz, author of the book that has sold gazillions of copy, Profit First. I highly suggest you look at books like this as well, because making a profit and money and profit and loss statements can be a kind of a tricky thing. But I encourage you to check that book out because it should be very helpful for you as you grow your business. Be financially astute. And I hope this is helping you today as we're doing it. My name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon that you've been listening to. I hope it's helped you. I hope it's given you something to consider in your business as you're growing. I want to remind you, if you're liking this information, you can go to zoneofgenius.com and get more insights like this. And I always like to close out each episode by saying, be clear on what you really, really want. Be clear. Be clear on what you want in business and in life. Ask yourself, do you even want to be in business? Maybe being in business, being a full-time entrepreneur is not for you, and that's okay. Understand there's no music, there's no soundtrack in life or in business. This is not Shark Tank with a commercial break right around the corner. This is life, people. Are you hungry enough? Do you have the fire in you to reach the dreams you want to reach? And last but not least, pricing. Are you selling at a premium? Or are you the cheapest person on the block? Sell at a premium. Don't try to compete with the big boys who are selling just by the cheapest pricing and volume. And a bonus, secondary last, what do you do best? Once you align what you do best, your God-given talent and ability with what people need and they'll pay you for, woo, we are cooking with grease. Everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon. Thank you so much for being here. Again, all I ask is about 30 minutes of your time to give you the top 10 things you need to know to build your best life or grow your business. Thanks for rolling with me today. Let me know how the show's going. Let me know what else you want to hear in the Rundown with Ramon. Go out and make a difference. Have a beautiful, beautiful, fantastic day and go make a difference because somebody in the world needs you. Somebody needs you. Somebody needs you. Go make a difference. Have a beautiful, beautiful day.